All right, hello, hello, hello. This is Ross Vertel, faithful reader on the forums, and I am coming to you with more um, cards that were revealed today. Obviously, I'm not driving, and being entirely candid, I am not sure what I can say here that Paddy Ty did not say in his article. Make sure you read that. It's great. It's on the front page. It goes through everything. Really, the only thing I'm going to do is talk more about the cards. This is very much a supplement, if anything. But without further ado, let's take a look. Starting with Archer Precise Bowman. You can see it has the pretty new spiffy interface generator icon, so that's a way you can get through this. Otherwise, it's a planet dilemma, kills one of your personnel for each affiliation on this mission with no matching personnel present. So you're probably going to encounter this in a mission that has a lot of um, matching affiliation or a lot of affiliation icons. If you're running a treaty deck, that increases the odds that you won't have a lot of deaths on your hand. A big thing to consider is it's your choice who is killed. So if you're strategic about this, you could find a way to get through this relatively unscathed, um, which makes sense for this to be at the start of the mission attempt, not the end, because it's easier for someone to say, "Oh, I don't need this person or this person," and it's at the end of the game. Yeah, I win. Uh, let me see here. What else? Petty did say in the article that was um this had new life with the new know your enemy decks. So this is something you could play your way around, but you could be looking at 3, 4 kills with this. Not too bad. Um, and then when I saw that we were looking at affiliation icons on missions, my first thought was, let me see here, this card, Linguistic Legerdemain. It also looks at the affiliation icons. This doesn't combo too well with Archer Precise Bowman. It can't be attempted for at least one turn. Anthropology and exobiology is pretty doable, but this works on future attempts. And also, you already have 2 cards under the mission. So 3 is not too bad, but once you get into 4, your opponent will probably just go to another mission. So there is some synergy with these 2 cards. It's not a great amount of synergy, but it is there. I did just want to point it out, especially since we're now looking at, affiliation icons on the mission. Again, this looks at those with no matching personnel present. So if you are careful, these would probably go in the same deck, not necessarily the same mission. That leads us to geological instability, and it also supports a brand new spiffy emergency transporter iPad or emergency transporter armband icon. Words are hard. So you need engineer and geology greater than 7 minus the mission span of the mission. So Paddy mathed this out. You're looking at generally 4 engineer, not 4 engineers, but 4 engineers in general. Most spans are mission 2 or 3. You generally want to have a lower span, so this is pretty balanced on that regard. The one thing that I don't like is the affiliations that can handle a higher span are the ones that have a greater range ship. So this is kind of making the rich richer. However, now into the start of each mission attempt here, 1 personnel is killed. So you could just throw random people in this, hoping that the important people don't die. This is something you can play around, but it is very expensive to play around. And if this is on the mission, it is there. It does not go away. So you need to play around it or go to another mission. I'll also note that it's engineer and geology. Geology is getting a little more common nowadays with process or mining. But you're probably putting those personnel at the um, they're in the mines. So geology is getting more prevalent. This is kind of something you can meta out. But this can be pretty devastating getting personnel into your discard pile. I'll also note that these are the first two cards that have been revealed. So we are getting, sorry, these are cards 1 and 2 on the card list. Really wish I had paid a little more attention to that before I went on here, but we are starting to see a lot more of the cards that come before the missions. But yeah, that is all that I have. These are cards that can combo pretty well. Thank you so much for listening. The cards will be revealed, all the cards will be revealed 1 week from today on Friday, April 10th. Thank you so much for listening. Again, you do very much want to check out the article Paddy has on the front page. And yeah, I will see you the next time there are